Hi guys, I just want to continue on with that theme because I work a lot with people with their mind. So, how do we change our thought? It is repetition. So, the more we think positive and the repetition of that, we start to believe it, we start to change the data. So, we eliminate the negativity because we're embedding new data. Now, evil people use psychology for their own means to manipulate the people and the population. So they use the repetition because how do you turn a lie into a truth? You keep repeating it. And the same with ourselves. So a lot of our negative thoughts are lies. They're not true. When we think that we're not good enough, when we think that nothing good happens to us, when you come to see me or you see a therapist, we get down to the nitty gritty of it. And then we end up finding that there are good things about you and there are good things that have happened for you and to you and in your life. So we do have that overlay of this surveillance state, this evil that runs the planet, and they use that repetition to turn a lie into a truth for their agenda. Now we use it for when it's used for good. It's the repetition is used so that we can start to feel and think better about ourselves and start to be more constructive in our thought processes. So we're not as negative, we're not feeling as depressed, anxious and stressed and have all of those issues with us. So just remember, all things can be used for good or bad. So when it comes to behavioral sciences, when it comes to psychology, counseling, it can be used for good or it can be used for bad. And the same with technology. It can be used for good things or it can be used for bad things. So the narrative we're getting, inundated of is quite abusive from a psychological point of view. The way the people of the world are being spoken to from their public servants is extremely abusive, and it is degrading, and it is just not right, because that's what happens. That's how people are spoken to when they are in abusive relationships, and why they want to get out of it. And they continuously do not show evidence or data. So when you go see a therapist, and if you are depressed, anxious and stressed, and we start to work at where's that coming from, we want to see the evidence of it. That's what we're bringing forward. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence of you not feeling good? Where's the evidence of you thinking that you're not good enough or that you're not worthy to live a happy life? So when we see what's happening on the television, there's no evidence of what they're saying. And when people are investigating the evidence, they are seeing that what we're being told on the television is not what's happening in real life. So all things can be used for good or for bad. So just like our connection to the divine creator, our divine intelligence, our collective consciousness that we have, all of that can be used for good. The divine creator of all that is, or God, whatever you're comfortable in calling it, we are experiencing that energy here together, and it's a wonderful thing to experience. It's a courageous thing to experience. The five senses are amazing because we're able to taste the sweetness of the berry and the juiciness of fruit and the nectars that we get to have. We get to walk along the ocean and hear the roar of the ocean and swim in that powerful water and ocean that's extremely cleansing. We get to hear the bird song. We get to hear and witness and feel the wind that rustles through the leaves. We're part of it. We're made of the same organic compounds as Earth and of this universe and nature. So when something happens in the magnetic sphere, we feel it as well. But then we have this artificial overlay, this artificial intelligence, this surveillance state that wants to see, hear and know everything, to the point they want to have applications on phones and and put even under our skin where they can detect our body temperature and things. This is it's crazy, So things can be used for good and they can be used for bad. So when you're listening to things, always be the observer, always step back and try and take an academic and forensic point of view and ask questions. I don't want you asking questions, but it is our time under this great unveiling to be asking questions, because if we don't, I was talking with a friend the other day and we're reminiscing about how great it was growing up in the 80s and 90s, and then how sad we felt knowing that a lot of children are never going to experience that, and we all feel the anguish when we see things going wrong around us or on this planet. but there's a lot that we're not told. So we must investigate, and we must lobby, and we must make our demands clear. So we need to have evidence of what they're saying. Who are they talking to? Who are these panels? What are their names? What are their qualifications? Where's the evidence? Don't give me a sequence out of a supercomputer. Don't give me a cultured, sequence of things. Give me the cost postulates. Give me the live virus. Give me the truth about what's going on. How do you know? Where is this new variant? Where's that information? Why are you using the same test for all these different variants? Wouldn't you be using a different test for the different variants? And when the CDC recalls the actual test because it can't, tell the difference between influenza or COVID, that in itself is telling you there's something really wrong going on. So ask questions. Don't get sucked into that, black scurryboard and screen. We can use technology for good things. I love it that I can speak to friends on the other side of the world. But it can also be a negative thing if we're constantly believing everything that we're seeing on the screen. So let's keep, our nut clear, and let's keep asking questions. All right, guys, till next time. Follow your bliss, be, enjoy. Lots of love, love, love. Bye.